Have you ever noticed something small, something so tiny about your partner that just felt, for one man, it was his wife's voice? He started to notice that whenever she spoke to him, her voice would get higher, almost like she was talking to a baby or a pet. At first, he brushed it off. Maybe she was just being affectionate, he thought. But then he started paying closer attention. One evening, he overheard her on the phone with her sister. Her voice was normal, just its usual tone. Ouch. A few minutes later, she was talking to a delivery driver at the door. Again, completely normal. But the second she turned to him and asked about his day, that high-pitched, almost condescending voice was back. It was like a switch flipped, and it only flipped for him. The feeling in his gut grew from a small niggle to a loud, clanging alarm bell. Why did she only use that voice with him? Was she mocking him? Did she see him as less than? He decided to do a little digging. It felt wrong, but the constant change in her voice was driving him crazy. He checked her phone records one night when she was asleep. His heart pounded as he scrolled through the call logs. There it was, a number he didn't recognize, called and texted multiple times a day, every day. The calls were long, especially during her late nights at work. He knew he couldn't confront her without more proof. The next day he told her he was going on a business trip for a couple of nights. He packed a bag, kissed her goodbye, got that same high-pitched, sweet voice in return, then drove to a hotel just a few blocks away. That night, he waited. He drove past their house around 10 p.m., and sure enough, there was an unfamiliar car parked in their driveway. His heart sank. He walked up to his own front door, the key feeling heavy, and cold in his hand, he quietly let himself in. That's when he heard it. He heard his wife's voice coming from the living room. It was her normal voice, full of laughter and warmth, the voice she used to use with him. He walked into the living room and saw her on the couch with another man. The look of shock on her face was something he'd never forget. There were no high-pitched tones now, just stunned silence. In that moment, he understood everything. The voice wasn't just a quirk. It was a symptom of a much deeper betrayal. It was the voice she reserved for the man she no longer respected.